Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the Chill Innovation 510 watt power supply. This particular product has a wattage of 510, which is ample power for today's computer systems. Now, how is this wattage determined? Well, to understand that, you need to know what rails are. Rails are basically well-regulated transformers which convert domestic current into voltages that your computer system can use. And there are essentially two different rails, the 3.3/5 volt rail and the 12 volt rail. In this particular case, the maximum output of the 3.3/5 volt rail is 330 watts and the 12 volt is approximately 300 watts, which is essentially how the wattage of this power supply is determined. Now, the 3.3/5 volt rail is responsible for the motherboard, memory, PCI cards, AGP card, and so on, while the 12 volt rail is responsible for the hard drives, DVD, CD-ROM, fans, etc. Also, some might be interested to know the amps on each rail. Well, the plus 3.3 volt is 33 amps, the plus 5 volt is 45 amps, and the plus 12 volt is 25 amps. This power supply has a 120 millimeter fan. Now, the power supply, because of this fan, is extremely quiet, almost silent. The fan is temperature controlled, but only spins from 700 to 1000 RPM, so it is virtually silent. Right here are all kinds of ventilation holes. This will assist on keeping the innards of this power supply cool. And right here is where the power cable gets connected, and here is the on-off switch. This power supply has all kinds of leads, and they are all sleeved, so it makes it look very nice and neat. There are three main motherboard connections, a 6-pin, a 20-pin, and a 4-pin. There is also an RPM lead. This goes right into your motherboard's fan header. This will monitor the speed on the fan, which is in the power supply. There are 5 standard 4-pin Mullix connectors, 2 floppy connectors, as well as 2 serial ATA. Now let's have a listen to the fan which is in this power supply. It's so quiet you probably will not be able to hear this with the mic that I'm using. You can hardly hear it when your ear is next to it, and certainly you will not hear it when it's inside of a computer case. A perfect solution, really, a fan which spins fast enough to keep the inside cool, but slow enough so it's, again, virtually silent. This power supply does provide lots of power. Now, I did find the 12 volt rail on this a little weak. Also, the other rails, while the amps were quite high, they were a little below what you'd expect from a power supply around this range. One thing, though, this power supply has in its favor is this very quiet 120 millimeter fan. Spins very low, but enough to keep the inside cool. So it is literally, when it's inside the case, completely silent. You're not going to hear it at all. Now, also I would have liked to have seen a 20 to 24 pin adapter with this case, because a lot of motherboards these days do require a 24 pin connection. But overall, this is a great product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds. This has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com. And while you're there, you can go into the forums and register. And remember, registration is completely free. Also keep in mind you can find out a lot more on this product in the forums. As a final note, If you love watching my video reviews, please help support 3dgameman.com. Until next time, take care.